I've spoken about this with another friend, Alex, who very much is driven by that fuel. I wanted to make more money than my father had made in a year, then in a decade, then in a lifetime, then in a lifetime in a day. And, he's sort of.
And then you tell your dad, and he's like, well, what about this?
Yeah,
It never happens.
But one of the things that I quite like from him, which is like kind of like alchemy with this, when you're at the start of any journey, you're going to have bitterness and resentment and a point to prove and a chip on your shoulder and all of those things. And I think that what you really just need is activation energy to get started.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that in the beginning, using it's a toxic fuel that you can't use for too long.
Yeah.
It's potent, but toxic in the long term.
Sure.
Like that's the framing for me. I'm like, when I think back to the reason I started any of the things that I started, it was to prove all of the people from school wrong, to, get out of this culture that I didn't really like, all of the rest of it. And I'm like, right, okay, I don't need to necessarily feel ashamed of using that fuel.